This is definitely one of those journeys you wish you could forget. It started off really well. There were 4 of us, and we were going to a party at a friend's house in Oxford. Oxford's about 70 kilometres from where we live. Anyway, it was a fancy dress party, so we'd hired all these amazing costumes. Nick was a lion, Hannah was a rabbit, Hilda was a bumblebee, and I was a fox. You don't see me much on the film because I'm the one who's filming everything. I took my video camera because we thought it would be fun to film the party. However, things didn't go exactly according to plan.
Okay, we're on the way. We're on the way.
Right, how far are we from the motorway?
Right, let's have a look. Let's have a check. We're going to Oxford.
Okay. So we need the A33, the M40?
M40, that's
M40,
right. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Where is it? Which down?
Wait, yeah.
We were all students, and unfortunately, Nick was the only one with a car. I say unfortunately because his old Mini was always breaking down. And naturally, it did.
I think there's something wrong with the car.
That is useless.
Right.
So's this car. Oh no. Oh no, this always happens, Nick. Yeah, just lie here. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's overheated. Let me get it. Oh, is it hot?
Yes, it's hot. Oh. Got it.
Have you got some water in the back or something? Just fill up the radiator.
Fire!
Just have a look. Have a look.
No, Nick, this always happens. If you would have just bothered to check the water before we drove off, this
can't
wouldn't
help
have
it,
happened.
darling.
You can't help it, darling. I've had enough.
Hilda was furious, and she stormed off in a bumblebee costume. But there was nothing we could do. No buses to Oxford. The only thing we could do was hitch a lift. But 4 people in fancy dress costumes, it wasn't easy.
That's obviously not going to go anymore, is it?
What do you reckon?
What I reckon the only...
There's no bus around here, is there?
There's hardly any people around here. Well, the only thing we can do is, I don't know, hitch a lift.
I remember a couple of cars slowed down, and we got really excited. But one of them just asked us for directions. We were so disappointed.
Come on. Look, there's a car coming. There's a car coming. Slowing. Another one. Oh!
Do you know the way to Basingstoke?
No, but we're not.
But just when we were getting really fed up, a nice man stopped and picked us up, and we all squeezed into his little red car.
Come on, Tony, come on.
Hi. What's going on here then?
Well, we need a lift right here.
We're trying to go to Oxford.
I love the costumes.
Brilliant, aren't they?
Where do you say you're going?
Oxford.
Oh, right. Well, you're in luck. That's exactly where I'm going.
Oh, yes!
Is it all right if we come with you?
Do you want to hop in?
Yeah.
Great!
After a while, we stopped for a cup of tea at a motorway cafe, and that was really funny. I mean, how often do you see a lion, a rabbit, a bumblebee and a fox having a cup of tea? But the funniest thing was that most people just ignored us. A couple of children laughed and pointed, but most of the adults just pretended we weren't there. So British.
No.
I'm really sorry.
Finally, we got to Oxford. I suppose it was late afternoon.
This is Oxford?
Unfortunately, we had no idea where we were or how to get to the party. But we eventually found the place on a map.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
So do you want to know where we're going?
We're going... What was the name of the street? Cowland. Cowley Street. Did you find it?
Yeah.
It's there. Right, so how do we get there then? We're here.
It was a lovely day, so we decided to walk to the party. Also, apart from Nick, None of us had been to Oxford before, and we thought it was a good opportunity to see something of the city. But actually, about an hour later, we realised we were lost. By that time, we wanted to get to the party as well, so we stopped and asked a local about buses.
Excuse me. Do you know where Howley Street is?
Are you looking for anywhere in particular?
Is it possible to get a bus there, maybe? Or
Yes, certainly.
do you know which bus we should take and where
I
from?
think to get a bus, you go up this little road
Yeah.
into a road called Queen Street, which is parallel with this one.
Yeah.
And there are buses to the Canary Road.
Oh, brilliant! So
Going
kind of
that
you.
way.
Oxford is quite a small place, really, but believe it or not, we managed to get lost. Again.
We're in Oxford, and we're lost.
Come home today, please. It's doing this a big issue here and everywhere.
But we were quite enjoying ourselves, pretending to be tourists. I was glad I had my video camera with me. I got some really good shots of the beautiful old buildings.
Lovely, isn't it? You seen the gargoyles? Get a picture of them. That one looks like your dad.
What's that bridge called then?
It's the bridge's size.
Is it?
That is called the Radcliffe camera.
Great. Suppose we just wait for a bus then.
We were going to get a bus to the party, but then we remembered we had our costumes on, and the bus driver looked a bit nervous when he saw us at the bus stop. So finally, we just got a taxi.
Oh, great!
What happened next was a bit of a shock.
They must be here.
Looks like it's a brilliant party. Look at all the men.
Yeah. Rather quiet.
It is a bit quiet. Well,
Give a knock on the door.
have to knock on the door.
Hello. Hiya.
What's going on?
We're here for the party.
Party's yesterday, guys.
Nick had got the wrong day for the party. We couldn't believe it. We'd got the costumes, hitched a lift, spent hours getting there, and there was no party. Nick must have been the most unpopular man in England that day, and I can honestly say that I would never go on a journey with him again, not if you gave me £1 million.
We are taking a taxi home, and guess what? You're paying for it.
Do you mean that there's no film in the camera?
What, since the... No, since 10 this week.